China's population growth has slowed down after years of rapid expansion. This trend is not unique to China, as many countries around the world are also experiencing population decline. The United Nations predicts that by 2050, many countries will have smaller populations. While this may seem alarming, it's actually a positive development. Humans have been growing at an unprecedented rate, which has had a significant impact on the environment and other species. A smaller population will help to reduce these pressures and protect the planet. Our planet is struggling to support 8 billion people. I've seen the damage we've done to our environment. Some people, like Elon Musk, worry that lower birth rates will hurt the economy by reducing the number of workers and consumers. But the problem is bigger than money. Our focus on endless growth has hurt both people and the planet. If we accept that our planet has limits, we can create a future with more opportunities and a healthier environment. It's time to choose between continuing with our current, unsustainable way of life or embracing a future that is fair and sustainable. Everyone needs basic necessities like food, water, and shelter. Even if we develop the most sustainable ways to live, we'll still need more of these things to create a more equal world with a higher quality of life. China is a good example of this. As its population and economy grew, so did its demand for resources. Even though China's environmental impact per person is lower than the US, its overall impact is twice as large. China is responsible for a lot of the deforestation and greenhouse gas emissions in the world. Reducing our consumption in rich countries is important, but it's not enough if the global population keeps growing. Since the 1970s, the number of humans on Earth has doubled. This has caused a huge drop in the number of animals. Wildlife numbers have fallen by 69%. We have changed more than 70% of the Earth's land. Some scientists say we have changed 97% of it. Our actions have forced animals to leave their homes and destroyed many important parts of nature. The loss of biodiversity is a terrible thing. If we lose all the elephants, hellbender salamanders, and other animals that are disappearing, we will be a much poorer world. Wild plants and animals make our lives better and are part of the essential systems that keep the Earth healthy. The clean water we need to survive, the plants that provide food and medicine, and the forests that clean the air and store carbon all depend on the complex relationships between different life forms, from tiny microbes to big predators. If we destroy even one part of this system, the whole thing could collapse. Even if you only care about money, you should be worried about biodiversity loss. The World Bank estimates that it could cost the world $2.7 trillion per year by 2030. And a new study by Deloitte says that climate change could cost the United States $14.5 trillion by 2070. This is because climate change will cause more extreme weather events, wildfires and droughts. But there is some good news. Research shows that if we have fewer babies, we will not only reduce emissions, but also increase per capita income by 10%. So, there are many good reasons to protect biodiversity. Women who have more education tend to have fewer children later in life. This helps to control population growth and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Women in leadership positions are more likely to support policies that address climate change and protect the environment. These benefits are important regardless of their impact on population. In countries where women have gained more independence and control over their lives, it is not possible to go back to having more babies. Even in China, where the one-child policy forced people to have fewer children, women are not willing to give up their education and careers to have more kids now that the policy is gone. A declining population is only a problem for an economy that is based on constant growth. If we change our economy to one that focuses on sustainability and equality, then a declining population can actually be a good thing. It can help us fight climate change and make everyone more prosperous. If populations continue to decline, some countries will need to adapt to an aging population. But if we plan this decline carefully, by improving people's lives, then we can avoid the problems that come with an aging population and create a better future for everyone. We need to decide if we want to let our economy grow without considering its impact on the environment, or if we want to find a way to balance our economy with the health of our planet. If we keep growing our population and economy without limits, we will make it harder to address the environmental problems we're already facing. We will also put more pressure on our ecosystems, making them more likely to collapse. This could lead to more pandemics, desertification, and loss of biodiversity. If we find a way to reduce our population and slow our economic growth, we can give our planet a chance to recover. We can adapt to climate change and create more natural habitats for endangered species. While a smaller population is good for the planet and people, world leaders have not done much to prepare for a world without constant growth. They need to plan for an older population and change our economy to focus on less growth. At the same time, immigration can help with some of the challenges of an aging population by bringing in younger people. Governments should provide better healthcare for older people, support their caregivers, and make sure communities are built in a way that meets the needs of older people for housing, transportation, and other services. We need to change our economy so that it is good for both people and the environment. This means managing our consumption, putting people and the environment first, working together, and using community-based solutions. These practices, which are already happening in some places, like mutual aid programs and worker-owned cooperatives, should be the norm, not the exception. It is also important to connect the issues of reproductive rights, gender equality, and environmental conservation. Pollution, climate change, and other environmental problems hurt pregnant people, fetuses, and children. This makes it difficult for people to raise healthy families. The United Nations, conservationists, climate scientists, and policymakers have all been saying the same thing for years. We need to switch to renewable energy sources and sustainable food systems quickly and fairly. And we need to work together to stop the extinction of species caused by humans. To keep the population from growing too big, we need to make sure that everyone has the right to control their own bodies. This means having access to reproductive health care, including birth control and safe abortion. It also means that women and girls should have the same opportunities as men to get an education and to participate fully in society. When everyone has these rights, we can work together to create a more stable and sustainable future for everyone. We can create a future with plenty of resources for everyone by fixing the problems we face now, giving people the freedom to make choices about their families, and planning for a smaller population. That's all for today's video. I hope you learned something new and enjoyed watching. If you found the content helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more informative videos. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.